Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing amazing today. In this video, we're diving into the latest updates about Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos. You don't want to miss this. So make sure to stay tuned till the end, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. For over 3 decades, Kelly Ripa has been the heartbeat of morning television, a bright, witty, and endlessly charismatic presence who brought laughter, warmth, and authenticity to millions of homes each day. But this week, the beloved television icon stunned fans and the entertainment world alike with a bombshell announcement: she's leaving television, for good, to spend more time with her husband, Mark Consuelos. The news came unexpectedly during what seemed like an ordinary broadcast of Live with Kelly and Mark. As the show returned from a commercial break, the audience noticed something different about Kelly, a certain quietness, a contemplative look that hinted at something deeper. Then, with her usual grace but trembling voice, she made the announcement no one was ready to hear. "I've spent so many beautiful years sitting in this chair, sharing my mornings with all of you," she began, her voice quivering as she reached for Mark's hand beside her. "But there comes a time when life asks you to choose, and my heart is telling me that it's time to go home. It's time to live for us." The studio fell silent. Even Mark looked visibly emotional, his eyes glistening as he tried to steady her hand. The usually energetic audience seemed to hold their breath, realizing they were witnessing the end of an era. A legacy beyond the screen. Kelly Ripa has been more than just a talk show host. She's been a friend to millions. From her early days on All My Children to her unforgettable run on Live. Alongside Regis Philbin, Michael Strahan, Ryan Seacrest, and finally her husband Mark Consuelos, Kelly's legacy has been built on her ability to connect, to make people feel seen, and to bring joy into the ordinary. Her charm was never rehearsed, her laughter never forced. She made morning television feel like a family gathering, where stories about kids, life, and love flowed naturally. And that's why the thought of her walking away has hit fans like a punch to the heart. "She's been a part of my morning since I was a teenager," one fan wrote on social media within minutes of the announcement. "It feels like saying goodbye to a friend you've known forever." Another fan tweeted, "Kelly Ripa is morning TV. I can't imagine turning on the TV without her smile there. But if she's choosing love and happiness, then she deserves it all." The real reason behind the goodbye. While Kelly didn't dive into every detail, sources close to the couple have hinted at what prompted her decision. For years, she and Mark have juggled demanding schedules, often working on opposite coasts or enduring long filming days that left little time for themselves. They've been together for nearly 3 decades, and yet, their lives have often revolved around work, a longtime friend shared. Now, Kelly wants to slow down, travel, and just be with Mark. They've given so much of themselves to their careers, now it's about reclaiming their time together. It's no secret that the two have always shared a deep bond, from their whirlwind romance on All My Children to raising their 3 children together. But as their nest has emptied, with their kids carving paths of their own, Kelly and Mark seem to be entering a new chapter, one where love takes center stage again. In recent interviews, Kelly has hinted at her desire to step back. "I think there comes a time in every woman's life where you ask yourself what's next," she said in a magazine feature earlier this year. "I've achieved things I never dreamed of, and I'm proud of that. But now, I want my days to be quieter, more intentional, more about life than about work." Mark's emotional reaction. For Mark Consuelos, the news was as emotional as it was beautiful. As Kelly spoke her farewell words on the show, he was visibly moved, struggling to hold back tears. When it was his turn to speak, his voice cracked with emotion. "I've watched this woman light up every room she's ever entered," he said softly. "And for the last few years, I've had the honor of sitting beside her on this stage, watching her do what she does best, inspire people. But now, I get to watch her light up my life full time. And I couldn't be prouder." The audience erupted into applause, many standing, many wiping tears from their eyes. It was one of those rare TV moments that felt entirely real. Not scripted, not staged, just pure human emotion. Fans and celebrities react. Within hours, tributes flooded social media. Celebrities, co-stars, and longtime friends praised Kelly for her legacy and courage. Ryan Seacrest, her former co-host, wrote, "Kelly Ripa is the definition of class, humor, and heart. Morning TV will never be the same without her, but I'm so happy she's following her heart. Regis Philbin's family shared a heartfelt note, saying, "Regis always said Kelly was the future of television, and she proved him right." He would be smiling down today, proud of her for knowing when it's time to embrace life beyond the camera. Fans shared montages, favorite clips, and emotional messages, from her funniest moments to her most touching interviews. The hashtag Thank You Kelly began trending within minutes. What's next for Kelly and Mark? According to close friends, the couple is planning a long vacation, something they'd never truly had the time for. Sources say they're eyeing Europe, with stops in Italy and Spain, the places where they've celebrated many anniversaries. But Kelly isn't closing the door on her creative spirit entirely. There are whispers that she and Mark may develop a podcast or a streaming series centered around relationships, life, and laughter. A more relaxed, unscripted extension of what they've always done best together, being real. Still, for Kelly, this isn't a career move, it's a life choice. A chance to live without a production schedule, to wake up without studio lights, and to rediscover who she is beyond the spotlight. A love story comes full circle. For fans who have followed Kelly and Mark since their All My Children days, this feels like a full-circle moment. They met on set, fell in love in secret, and built an extraordinary life together. Now, decades later, she's choosing to leave the stage where it all began, for the very person who was there from the start. In an emotional closing moment on Live, Kelly turned to the audience with tears in her eyes and said, "If you've watched me all these years, thank you for letting me be part of your mornings. Thank you for letting me be myself. And thank you for understanding that sometimes, the bravest thing you can do is say goodbye." Mark stood, wrapped his arms around her, and the crowd rose to their feet in thunderous applause. It was a moment that captured everything about Kelly Ripa, the humor, the honesty, the heart. As the applause finally began to fade, Kelly and Mark stood hand in hand, soaking in the energy of the crowd that had supported them for years. The studio lights seemed softer that morning, as if the entire world understood that something precious was coming to a close. When the cameras cut, Kelly didn't rush to leave the stage. Instead, she turned once more to the audience, smiling through tears. "You know," she said, "people always tell me that television is fleeting, that every show eventually ends. But this," she gestured to the fans in the room, to the cameras, and then to Mark, "this never really ends. The memories, the love, the laughter, they stay." A few audience members shouted their love, some waving handmade signs that read, "We'll miss you, Kelly," and "Forever our morning sunshine." Mark squeezed her hand gently and whispered, "You ready?" Kelly laughed softly, not even a little. It was the kind of laugh that carried both heartbreak and relief, a sound that said she was at peace, even as she closed a door on a lifetime of early mornings and bright lights. Stay tuned for all the updates about Kelly Ripa. We are the first to publish all the information about Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, so stay with us to get all the latest updates. And stay tuned to our USA Daily Drop for all updates. So make sure to stay tuned till the end, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for all the updates about Kelly Ripa. We are the first to publish all the information about Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, so stay with us to get all the latest updates. And stay tuned to our USA Daily Drop for all updates.